Here we are with another build order for the poles. This time we're gonna be learning the Man-at-Arms and Tower Rush, which is a very interesting build order. It actually complements the earlier one we learned, the Scout into Fast Castle into slash the privileges into Forest Stables, because for that build order you need a good map. But what happens if you have a bad map and you just can't do that one? So when you have the build order you're gonna be watching now, you can do it in any map basically. The only scenario it would not be as effective is if your enemy has a perfect, really perfect map like wood back, berries back, gold back, stone back, everything back. That would make this strategy a little, not effective to be honest. It only happens like 1 or 2 out of 20 times in Arabia. So I think it's gonna be very useful for you guys that are willing to play with poles, to learn some build orders and take the most value out of them. So we're starting here. It's a Heckward game we've made earlier. I made sure to find a map where I couldn't go for the scouts into slash the privileges build order. And these maps attend all the prerequisites, except for the berries. It's on the back, pretty nice spot for the berries. Can make lots of farms around the forward. But here, 2 golds in front, 2 stones in front. No way you can ever wow this and go for scouts into slash the privileges. It's too dangerous, your walls will be too big, and it will take lots of resources and time. So that's a no-no. You have to do something else. And what I would suggest you to do in this scenario is to go for the Man-at-Arms and Towers Rush. Alright, so here we are, a little bit of idle time, not that it matters much, maybe a second. It matters a little bit. So we have terrible micro on the ship here, but still managing to do it. 6 on ship, 4 on the wood. That's the base Man-at-Arms build order, and then Avil goes to the boar. After the boar, we send Avil to make a house. If this house is near the berries, we already send him to berries. If not, we send back to the boar. And now, after having 9 views on the board, we make the full work. We're going a little bit fast here. Don't want to rush now. We're going to get the second board. And keep the 8 or 9 on board is a healthy number. And then send 4 to the berries. So, recapitulating. 6 on sheep, 4 on wood. 1 view to board, 1 view to house. Build the full work and send 4 villagers to berry while keeping 8 or 9 on the board. By the way, guys, if you want to see a writing guide of those build orders, it's on my Discord channel. You can read the description below here, and you can find it. Also, my Twitch channel is on the description below if you want more content from me. So, getting back to it. The villager number 19 now goes and build a barrack. So, anti-waiting, except for those 4 wood villagers, all the villagers go to food. The villager 19... he builds the barracks. Usually he or she goes to gold in order to do Man-at-Arms rush. But since we're poles, we're gonna send her to stone. Sending the 5th view to wood. And the last view is going to go to the stone. We'll need 4 on the berries, 5 on wood, 3 on stone and the rest on food. When we click up. This, by the way, this is a 21 pop up. Sometimes your economy gets too tight with 21 pop-up. I didn't lure any deer just to show this as an example. If you're a lower level player, if you're under 12, 1400 elo, I would suggest you to go 22 pop because it gives more room to your economy to breathe. It gets a little stronger. You can collect more resources on your way up and it's easier to execute. I'm doing 21. The higher elo you get, the more the timing matters. So I'm doing 21, but you guys can do 22. The only thing that will change if you do 22 is the extra villager you have. We'll be collecting sheep for the time being until we go forward. Once you go forward with 21 pop up, you send 4 villagers to the forward. With 22, you send 5. So you can even argue it, it's a more strong forward and you can build towers faster. We got a little bit of an idle time, but we should be clicking with 735, 740. That's a good uptime. And sending 3 views to stone, making the mining camp here. to collect that gold and stone we need for the towers and mana turns. That's a mistake. And when to send the views forward? You send your views forward at the same time your first militia is created. So we're waiting for the militia to be created here. And now we send the views forward with him. And keep sending. Our scout already possibly has found all the spots where to tower. So where are we going here? We see the berries that are exposed. So a tower is in the berries, denying it very early can cause a decent damage in economy's eco. And then we're gonna go in that direction here to the gold and then to the wood. We're gonna slowly advance with towers and try to dominate out his resources. So not arms, the militia, we spawn on the place where we're going. We send one with the views and the others follow when they are born. We were left with 4 on the ship here, 5 on wood, again recapitulating, 3 on stone, 4 on berries. And once we get filled up, first thing we wanna do is a tower and mana farm upgrade. On this build order, you don't have resources to afford the wood upgrade. You will only be able to afford the wood upgrade after you place your 3 or 4 force farms around the folwark. And sometimes, right now, the guy will want to fight with mana farms. If he's going mana farms, he wants to fight with mana farms. He wants to fight with views. He may deny this tower. He may try to fight your tower back, and then you're gonna have to micro the mana farms, micro the villagers, try to take an efficient fight. In that case, sometimes it's worth to make more mana farms and send the forward to fight in order to keep your position in front and to be able to place more towers. Sometimes you need more army to protect your views and place more towers. That's what I meant. So sometimes if you having a really huge fight on the attack, you may even stop your town center, idle your town center for a bit to make more mana farm to send forward and keep your position. You can't lose this position. If he kills your forward and makes you go back to your base, you're already in a very bad position. 1, because you invested time for these Will Walkings, resources by collecting stone, and 2, because your map is terrible. So you don't want to go back to this map. You have to keep your position, do whatever it takes. This scenario here, we're gonna make the basic build order with 3 mana farms, but please consider doing more if needed. Let's go. So we have 3 views on stone right now. 3 views is enough to accumulate enough stone to place 2 to 3 towers once you get to feudal. But once you need more, if you want to place towers constantly, one after another, you need 5 on stone. So you may need to send more if you need more towers. Also, if the enemy is doing archers or any kind of army to attack your base, scouts you can defend with pikemen. If he's doing archers or even mana farm, you can put more on stone to place defensive towers in order to defend your economy. Right here, wood and berries are on the same screen. They are very clumped up. They can be defended with 1 tower here. Please remember to wow your tower, but they can. So there's a lot of adaptation you can make. Like the art of going forward is the improvise. You're never gonna have the same build order by going forward. That's why I'm giving you lots of variations. You can go that way, defensive towers, more offensive towers, dominate his resources. You gotta improvise, and I love forward games. Like they're so rich, they're not repetitive, they're fun to play. So keep going here. Mana farm upgrade kicked in. We having trouble killing this woman, but we did. First tower is up, denying the berries. Now we got advanced. We can deny some farms with towers even. We want to get to this gold. We didn't find his second gold, so we're not sure if it's the only gold he has. Also, when you go towers, always remember to wow them like this, so the enemy can't rush with villagers on them. That's a really bad thing when they do that and they destroy. Like, it's a big investment to place a tower. To be destroyed by vills, not cool. Start placing farms around the folwark. Once you have enough food, you can upgrade the wood. Probably you will want to upgrade horse collar before the wood, because horse collar for poles is a very important upgrade. It gives you more food once you place farms, so you have to think about it. I think I prefer horse collar before the wood upgrade, so I could afford it right now, probably busy micro in here, right? Got to kill that computer
Gotowa jest.
on easy, but you see how we advance the towers? That's a mistake. I didn't want this tower, but I could. And we keep placing the farms. Only now the horse collar. I even removed the view from this farm. So when I only finish this farm when I get horse collar to get a bigger benefit from it. And now we're placing the third tower. And realize now, oh, we don't have stone for the next one. If I want to place towers constantly, I'll have to send more views to stone. So that's what we do in a few seconds. Sending more to stone to be able to farm more towers. I can place more farms here. I'm a big, like, if you're fighting a lot, you might not want to do a second forward. If you need an archery range to defend, to make some skirmishes with the guys' archers, you may not want to do the second forward. You may place some farms around TTC. But if you can afford the second forward, it's very worth it. You get an amazing bonus out of that. If you place your farms around the TC though, my advice is to place them here, here, and here, you see? Because once you build the fork, they will be automatically around it. And so when it expires and you build it again, you can get the benefit without having to move villagers and out the idle time, right? So that's my advice. Keep spamming towers, keep fighting with the Minotaurs. If you don't want your towers, that's what happens. The villagers kills your tower, you lose the investment you made. Like, and this is a computer on easy. Imagine if it was a human, how many towers he would kill, right? Alright. Well, this, like, the whole point of this build order is to keep growing your eco smiley, but because the eco doesn't matter much, and what matters now, actually, the most important point of this build order is to keep the pressure attack on the attack, keep gaining terrain, keep dominating the enemy's base, denying resources, and being annoying. It's not about your economy being great when you go forward. It's about making your enemy's economy worse. So please remember that when you're doing this. So we keep spamming towers. Like right now, we can imagine that the enemy is coming to your base, so you might need to place a defensive tower. Don't worry. Like if you need to stop doing towers on the attack in order to defend, you already on stone. You can do that. And also, Pole's economy are great. Like you've done out that aggressivity. You have bills there. You already have goats to go up. Your farm economy is insane. Poles are a very good civ to play right now. And like you can get to, you keep the views on stone to Castaways. You can get to again to the forget the name every time. The privileges, Slavshka privileges. Just a sec. To the Slashta privileges and have an amazing Castaways game with them. You can fully tower defend yourself, make another tower here, maybe another here. You collecting gold on the attack. That's also an improvisation. You have to make those villagers work sometime because the enemy managed to stall your push. So if you see a gold, put them on gold. If you see a stone, you put them on stone and move the stone and villagers from your base to the gold maybe. If you see deers, you can collect the deers. So you always have to be adapting. Like you can't have a precise build order for forwards, but you have to be creative. Like that's the coolest thing about playing on aggressive like that is you can't really follow a plan. You have to be always improvising, always adapting, and it's pretty fun to play this way, to be honest. So yeah, you collect gold here, keep adding the farms, defending your base, maybe another tower on stone, so he doesn't deny your stone. New lumber camps, that would be great. And the sky's the limit here, guys. Like I played this for a while, but I don't want to show much because you're probably not gonna be able to repeat that in a game. Like, I guarantee you, you'll always be finding yourself in different scenarios, having to do different things in order to adapt and fight what your enemy's response is. So the plan here is basically get to Castaway in this game. Is basically get to Castaways, get the Castaway and do again slash the privileges, which is the strongest thing Poles have after Feudal Age. Actually, this is almost the only thing they have, right? They're kind of one-dimensional, but I think that's it. I showed you guys what I wanted, and now on the next video, I'm gonna be showing you recorded games of me doing that versus high-level opponents, and showing you the adaptations I do during games, and how it works in a real game instead of a game versus a computer. Like, it's too easy to play versus a computer. The build order will always work. Now let's go to the next video. I think we will upload one day after today, and I see you there.